Welcome back to my channel. You're faced with a question that looks like this and you're not sure what to do with it. We're talking about volume. Let's get into it right now.
It's like every day.
So let's take a look at this volume question. The diagram below shows some 1-inch cubes placed in a box. So you see the 1-inch cubes, and that is forming a bottom layer. The question now is, how many more 1-inch cubes are needed to completely fill the box? We know we're going to be doing some type of subtraction here, because how many more means subtract. The fact that they have highlighted or bolded the word more does not mean that there is that you're going to add anything here. How many more means subtract. So what are we subtracting? Well, let's see. So the bottom layer of the box here, we have to calculate the volume of this bottom layer. Volume, the formula for that is length times width times height. So the length, this is the width here that goes at the side, and then the height is how high the actual box is. So let's input these numbers and let's calculate and see what that the volume of that bottom layer is. So the length is 8, the width is 3, which is here, and the height is 1. We are calculating the bottom layer first, right? So 8 times 3 times 1, that's only going to give us 24. Right? It's because 8 times 3 is 24, 24 times 1 is 24. Now, what would be the volume of the whole box if the cubes filled everything up, right? So the volume of the whole box would be the length, which is 8, times the width, which is 3, times the height of the whole thing, which will give us a 5. Right? So 8 times 3 is 24, and then 24 times 5 will give us what? 5 times 4 is 20, 5 times 2 is 10, and that's going to give us 12. So the whole thing is 120, and then we want to subtract the bottom layer, which is 24, right? Which is already there. So when it says how many more, we want the volume of the whole thing, which is 120, and then subtract that bottom layer because it's already there. So is it 16? Is it 24? Is it 96? Or is it 120? Notice though that they put 120. So when we calculated 120, some students might think that's the end of the question and say, oh, it's 120. If you're not thinking about how many more, which means to subtract. So what is 120 for the whole thing minus the bottom layer of 24? Let's do that over here. 120 minus the 24, right? So we're going to borrow from here. 10 minus 4 is 6. 11 minus 2 is 9. That's the quickest way to do it. And that gives us 96. Now, there are different strategies of how to do this question. So let me know how you would do this question in the comments below. Like, comment, and subscribe with that notification bell so you know every time I upload, which is every Wednesday. And I will see you next time in another math video. Thank you for watching. Class dismissed.